everyone. Yes, this is earlier than I usually ever show up. It's Dana, your automation and system specialist with i2i Hype. And this morning we're going to discuss Chrome extensions. These are things that just make life a lot easier. And I'm going to actually show you the ones that I use pretty much on a daily basis and how they help me and what they help me do. So I'm not even going to do this whole long introduction with it. Just to kind of let you know, I am going to be working on my laptop and I'm doing that for a reason. I want to show you how some of these work, and I do use these on my desktop as well. Now, my main desktop back at my house in South Carolina, actually, I have two monitors there, and I still use some of these on two monitors. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Down here in Florida, I now have a 30-inch curved monitor, and I am definitely using that there as well. Now, just to also kind of give you an idea, I will not be able to see comments during this, but I'll comment back afterwards. So if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. And let's go ahead and jump right in. I can't even see what I'm going to look like on this thing because I am working on my laptop. All right. So this is your generic everyday look. Hey, here's some ideas that I've looked for in the past week. I love how Google just saves all this stuff and y'all can figure out what I do. So I'm going to start with your basics. Guys, everyone has some sort of password manager system, and I personally use LastPass. It says hello, and it's got everything here, and I have this set up on every single system. This is my main one. I also have a different one, which I subscribe to the family plan on this. And our team one is actually underneath a different Chrome profile, which once I figured out how those work, they're genius. And I don't have all of these extensions loaded up on every single profile because I don't need them in every single profile, right? I just don't. But LastPass is one I do need. However, I do not need LastPass, my main one that has a mix of business and personal on there, because not everyone needs to see everything, right? But all this shared stuff, it's over in a totally different Chrome profile. Now, the next one here, and yes, I did skip one. This is Clockify. Guys, Clockify is free. So this kind of tells you, okay, what we were doing, blah, blah, blah. This is March 11th. So, I don't track my time as much as I used to, and it depends on what I'm working on. So Clockify, though, it is completely there. I can do what are you working on, and I can say what I'm doing. Everything can be tracked there. It's completely free. My entire team is on it for the free account. So I know it sounds really weird saying my entire team. Guys, there's 4 of us. We're huge. But it's a great thing to have. Then we have ClickUp. ClickUp lets you do a whole lot of different things here. Screenshots, settings, notepad, email. I can send email. Now, this is one of those things that I do have set up so that it runs in my email. So if a client or anyone sends me an email, I can actually add it to their project. Why is that important? Because right now I do most of the emailing back. My team members do as well, though. So inside of ClickUp, my team is allowed, they have been given permission to send emails as team members, or some of them even as me. And so I can actually assign that to whoever I need it to go to, and they can take care of it for me. And they can send the email without even accessing my Gmail account. They can go straight into ClickUp, go in, send it as me, write the response, and go. So it's really helpful. Plus, if you have a client who doesn't always follow the directions that you want them to do. They're an emailer, so they email 50 million different things instead of following either your questionnaire, jumping on Slack, anything like that. You can actually just, as they go through, I personally forward them to a separate taskbar. But before I do that, sometimes I just go ahead and do it this way. Now, they do have it where it can be done with Gmail or Outlook on ClickUp. I'm a Gmail person. I am a Google Workspace person, whatever. Now, it does screenshots. You can technically track time. It is built in to this. So it works right here. You know, I can put in different things here, whatever. ClickUp actually has it set right up here. You can bookmark a page. Look, it's bookmarking this. Where do I want it to work on? And a new task, I can actually put it right in here and put everything that I need in there, right? So I can go ahead and set up all these things. I can create a new task and I can actually put it in, like I can put it down here into, these are all of my lists. You can kind of see business projects, business task, marketing task, wherever I want it to go, I can create a task right there. And then I can assign it and I can set a due date. I can do everything just from the Chrome extension. Very simple, very easy to do. I have my Adobe. Adobe's pretty standard. You don't necessarily need it, but I do have the complete Adobe Cloud, whatever they want to call it this year. But I do have that entire thing. So this kind of just helps keep it a little bit neater. Then I have, this one's fun. So this is Blur Web. Now, this was one of my AppSumo things where, let me see if it's going to let me do this. Let me go to an actual website. We'll go to Amazon. Y'all can see what I've been shopping for. Close. I do have an activation key. It might be on my other system, but I swear I just did it the other day. What Blur does, yeah, I already have one, thanks. And it just worked the other day. Anyway, what Blur does is that I can actually highlight a section. Let me see if I have, I think I actually have it. This one does not allow you to do it on different systems. You need a license for each system, and I think I switched it over to my desktop. But anyway, you can actually just select a section and it will blur it out. Why this is awesome is because people will sit there and, especially bookkeepers, accountants, you know, and my virtual assistant people, if you want to create a portfolio or if you're trying to show information or share information, you can actually blur out things like account numbers, partial account numbers, so that they don't, you know, you're not sharing the entire thing. You can blur out names. You can blur out whatever you need to do for my VAs. If you're doing something such as, I don't know, email management, you can blur out a lot of the information, but it still shows it. And you can also select the percentage you want to blur it. So it does, you know, people will know that you're not totally fooling with them, and it kind of helps with it. I wish I could. I wish I had it on this one, but I don't. So that one does need it to be on every single thing, and I'll try to actually look for it again to see if it's actually up on AppSumo again. But again, you do need you need a license per unit that you have it on, and I've been going back and forth with my desktop, so there's that. Now, if you don't have Loom, y'all need Loom. Okay. Now we pay the $10 a month. This is your screen recording. I do like it that way. And the reason why I like it with paying for it is I can talk more. I know that sounds really weird, but I can sit there and I can tell you all, you know, and I can record something, I can send it to you. I'm not worried about how fast I talk. I'm not worried about if I continue on. It's one of those things that I can sit there and mix and match, and you can do screen only, you can do camera and screen, you can do camera only. So it's a lot of different ways that you can utilize the recording feature. And of course, they're going to mow the lawn. Now, this one here is Do Not Disturb for Chrome. It pauses all those annoying notifications for however long you need to. and you can turn it off and on as needed. But I do this when I'm doing Zoom calls, I'll turn it off during the actual Zoom call if I'm doing it with a client so that my computer isn't like, have you ever been on a Zoom call and they're sitting there and they're blinking at you and you hear this ding, ding, ding in the background and you keep thinking it's yours, but it's not. It's someone else's that's on the Zoom call. I find that really annoying and distracting, especially when we're talking about something pretty important, such as their business automation system. I just find it kind of distracting. So if I turn it off during, the call, I usually turn them off for about an hour to 2 hours at a time while I'm on that call on the system that I'm on. It doesn't necessarily mean if you have multiple windows open, you do need to do it on both, which is a little bit weird. But it I usually have two going, so I'll just do it on both. But it stops all the notifications. This is Purevpn. Now, I have a couple different VPN services. This one I have actually had for quite a number of years, and I don't use it as often now. I have used it in the past, and you can see I connect to the United States, even though I am in the United States. Sometimes, though, you just need to be behind a VPN. I don't know. I don't do it very often because I don't do any more data, secure data. If it is anything secure data, I will go ahead and do the VPN and put it there. But I like it. I found it very inexpensive, and I think I got it for like $60 for like 5 years. I mean, I didn't even remember I had it for a while. So it's there. Now there's other ones that I have. You can kind of see the ones that I have that are all pinned up there. They're pinned because I use them. So HoneyBook is another one that I use. All right. HoneyBook goes along with, of course, the HoneyBook system. And what it actually does is it links my Gmail up to my HoneyBook account. So when a client emails me from the email that is attached to their account, I know that's really very specific, but that is very, very true. Because believe it or not, people will send you emails from everywhere. So if their email is not attached to the account, then I don't get it. Well, then what can I do? While I am in HoneyBook, or when I'm in my Gmail, I can actually attach that email to their service. So I can, I've had some people, they ask me questions back and forth by email, and they'll send them from like 3 different email addresses. I haven't figured out why, but they usually do. And it's very, very typical. And so what this allows me to do is attach it to the same person. So if I can go back, boom, I know. Now, I don't use Zoom Scheduler. It's just there. I don't know. So, but guys, this is my big one. This, let's see, tab resize by Peter.js. This is my favorite one of all time, and I use this one literally all the time. Why? Because you can do all these different things. Now, this is completely free. I've never paid for anything. Um, I can do it in 2x2, one over the other. That one I never use. This is what I do. Boom. It opens up a brand new tab over here. Now, one of the neat things is if I had a tab open here, and we'll open Canva. All right, and I'll max this out again. And I'm back over at my Level Up Summer Party, and I hit this. Look, it's going to make it as boom in Canva. So, when I have 50 million windows open, this is very helpful. I'll put the two that I need to split right down at the end, and I will split it so that I have them both side by side. And so then I can do everything that I need from, okay, I need all this stuff put over here, and it's perfect. When I was sitting there doing bookkeeping, I would actually have their statements over here and I'm reconciling over here. It's the way that it worked and it was perfect. Everything lined up. This again is like a total game changer for me. And yes, I do this even with multiple screens. When I have multiple screens, it is not uncommon for you to see 4 of these up on my screen with 2 split screens going side by side because I'm looking at multiple systems. I do the same things with the system build, and I'm showing you this on my laptop because you can see how this makes a laptop a lot more versatile to work with besides having a secondary monitor. And guys, I do have a secondary monitor that I have a portable monitor that I can take with me. And it's the same size as my laptop monitor. But again, it's something else I have to drag out to go ahead and plug in. And if I am going somewhere, or if, honestly, if I just don't want to pull it out, then I don't have to. I can actually do this and it works great, right? So it helps you in so many different ways. I think everyone needs this. I think that everyone needs something that is free that does this. Again, this is called Tab Resize by peterjshin.com is who does this. But I think if you just do Tab Resize Chrome extension and look for it, again, I've used it for years. I've had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. I've never had it not work. You can have it set up so that it does a single tab and just halves it if you have like a PDF over there, but you could do it however you want it to do, and it works beautifully. This is honestly for me, it was a game changer. You can change it to right align, so one goes to the other, but I've always just left it as the standard settings. It definitely just doesn't need to be changed for me. You can make it, go back to normal. You can have it go to whichever, but it's just a lot more convenient than having, multiple screens going. I love my multiple screens. Do not get me wrong, but there's times that you just want to work on the couch. And to work on the couch, you cannot sit there and, have all of, I can't bring out my portable monitor. I have a little laptop or, yeah, a lap desk thing. It's got a little place for my mouse. It's got da da da, whatever. But it's not very convenient to, and it wouldn't even fit my second monitor. So I'd be bringing out a table. I'd be bringing out the second monitor. I'd be dividing. I mean, it's just a mess, right? I don't need that. Yes, I have done it, but it is not needed at all times. I do this when I'm doing system builds as well. Why? Because sometimes I'll have their emails over here and I'm copying them into their system. I have their workflow over here as I'm working on their automation and making sure all of that works. That's it. It all works very simply. Again, it's 100% free, and then you just do whatever you want there. So, go down. All right. Let's see. I've got good morning. No, no double monitors on the couch. Never. Never, never, never. Look, I see actually see things. So, if you guys have any questions or if you guys want any help with what these Chrome extensions are and how they can help your business, go ahead. Feel free to reach out. And I absolutely love you guys showing up this early in the morning. You all know I'm not, I'm okay. I'm halfway done with my day, but we had a thunderstorm this morning down here in Florida, so I did have to wait. And but I will talk to you all later, and I really hope that this helped you guys out. All right. You all have a great day, and I'll see you later.